Hey, let's be steady now.
Yeah. So very long-term focused.
I mean, yeah, I'm not in for the games. Situationships, friends with benefits, benching.
What the heck is benching?
They say in a relation.
She has said dating is anything but stable.
Swipe left, swipe right. Instagram is a huge culprit. Idea of I could find someone better is a lot in this generation. Married men are being on dating apps.
Really?
Brown guys use a lot of family as an excuse to come out of a relationship. And then kids flashing their new iPhone, they're getting their nails, hair done, highlights. Imagine, I was still having my oil, like parachute coconut oil. It took me a while to be like, oh, this is normal.
So middle school culture shock coming from India to this strange place where you don't know what's happening.
Yes.
High school, undergrad, busy getting all of your degrees super fast.
Yes.
But at some point, you probably got to dating.
Yeah.
So what I'm curious to know is how did that work with family?
So fortunately, my parents were open in general, but then, there's always that fear, right? Because of course, like I was doing like studying, and then for me, acting was post-graduation was a scary subject to bring to them. I want to be an actor. So for me, that was my focus, and they've been, pretty okay with all that. When the dating aspect came, my parents even still say like I'm too picky. Like please
Take notes, guys. She's too picky.
Yeah, too much checklist, because I was the type to like read bunch of books. I was like reading like Jay Shetty, and then I was into like love languages and reading into relationships.
When you say reading Jay Shetty, think like a monk.
Think like a monk. Yes, I was not thinking of the 8 rules of love. I was reading Think Like a Monk. Yeah, I don't know. For me, that was not a barrier. Myself was a barrier, because at a point I thought I was too inexperienced in dating. Because imagine Sravanthi at every single aspect, whether it be acting, job, career, whatever aspects, I always got some sort of experience, internship, this, that. I don't know how to talk to a boy. Like, I have bros. I have like guy friends who are all like my brothers who I ship Rakis to, but
what about non-Indian boys?
Non-Indian. For me, it's the boys. For some reason, see, like growing up watching Tollywood and Bollywood movies, I've always imagined like the guy to be Indian, right? And
ethnicity, occupation. I get it.
Not because of my parents. Not because of my parents, but there was this one instant, like a white boy did approach, and I think although there was like, oh, you're a good friend, he's a friend, right, and stuff like that, I think maybe the whole ethnicity did stop me from pursuing anything further. Like I was just like, no, I think I'm gonna just, we're just friends. Yeah, I think I broke a lot of people's heart. I friends on a lot of guys.
Wait, did you like him though?
No, not in that sense, because again, I was very like monk type. Which means I didn't even let it get close to me. The second I feel like any warning signs, I'm like, okay, this is it. I think we need to draw boundaries.
This is an ad for Jay Shetty's Think Like a Monk. If you are struggling with dating problems, I think just read that book.
Yeah, it does though, but I mean, think about it. I feel like I was like focusing on what do I want, like getting clarity of, things like that. And I think my career was so, you know how acting is. It's very like, I didn't even know if I wanted to be India or US. I still remember there's this one guy who approached, I think. I was like, okay, I mean, there's nothing to say no. Like, and then even to proceed further, I was just like, would you move to India? That was my first question.
Yeah. So very long-term focused.
I mean, yeah, I'm not in for the games.
So something I didn't mention to the audience, and if you Googled by now, you should know that Sravanthi is Gen Z. So tell me more about how are your other Gen Z friends? Like, are they also long-term focused?
Some yes, some no. I still remember like some of my guy friends, like they would not even share certain things because maybe low-key I would judge them. I don't think it's a very judgment. Maybe it's my opinion. At that point, I thought I was looking after, right? I was like, hey, no, your emotions are going to get mixed. I think you should not just
no
do
situationships.
Yeah, no situationships. Because think about it. I said, like, I don't know. I have very strong feelings towards whatever this situationships, friends with benefits,
tell
open
me,
relationships.
what are all these terms?
Oh, yeah, what are all these terms? Like benching. What
is benching?
Pocketing.
What the heck is benching?
It's a new word that I learned recently as well. Apparently, correct me if I'm wrong. Benching is you're in a relationship, but just in case if things don't work out with you, I have someone lined up, so I'm not like wasting my time. It's like having an option B, like it's a job.
Wait, did they borrow this from corporate? Like having someone on the bench, it means they don't have a project right now, but you're still like hired just because when the project's ready, you can join.
Kind of similar. I don't know where the term came from, but then yeah, it's or like maybe it's a soccer game, right? You always have your like the 10th player or whatever, just like sitting, waiting
Like an understudy
in case the other person doesn't make through.
Understudy in acting.
Yeah.
In theater.
Yeah,
Understudy.
yeah,
right? You have an
pretty much.
understudy just in case the actor gets hurt.
Or something. Yeah. Just in case if the person doesn't make through, you have someone back. Like, why do I waste my time doing all my screening? It's kind of like that.
So how did you learn about benching? Were you benched? Did you bench someone?
Didn't I heard it. Honestly, how did I hear it? I think I heard like one of my friends like talking about it.
Okay, tell me more. So benching, what else?
Oh, so pocketing?
Okay, what is
Wait.
pocketing? Pocketing.
Actually, I don't know what it means. I know it's a term. Can someone Google it and let me know?
Okay, so Google says pocketing means that when you hide your partner from your friends and family and the partner feels pocketed or like in the pocket, maybe you haven't revealed them to.
Oh, okay.
That's
So they haven't done their like soft launch or hard launch.
Yeah, they haven't done any launches.
Any launches.
Any of the
I think
launches.
that's any Indian kid. No matter if they're Indian, American Indian, whoever. I mean, not to, at least a family, I think, initially or something. But for me, I think it would be the opposite. My family would know. My friends wouldn't. All right, like, I mean, enough about Gen Z. I think the list just goes on and it kind of traumatizes me too. But
There's a new term every day.
right? I hope things were much more calmer back then, but I genuinely don't know. So, like, what is it? Like, what are the terms or, like, things that were talked about back then?
I think like millennials, one of the terms was steady.
Steady,
like
what does
going
that mean?
steady is like you're now steady with this person. This is your boyfriend. This is your girlfriend. We would call it going steady.
Really?
Yeah. And that was what in all the comics and all the books. That's what in all the series. That's what people would say.
I actually have a question.
Yeah.
I've heard this from like, I don't know if it's like a India thing or a generational thing, right? They say, we usually say we're in a relationship, right? They say in a relation, right? Or am I making it up? I heard that a lot from my
India
friends.
thing, not a generation thing.
It's an India thing?
I think it's an
Okay,
India
okay,
thing. In a
okay.
relation.
When I initially heard it, I was like, oh, maybe they forgot relationship.
They
right?
forgot the ship.
They forgot
the
the
ship
ship.
has sailed.
So it has sailed. And then
They're in a relation now.
I heard multiple people speaking about it. I said, is that? And then I realized, oh, okay. And then
it could be maybe not a generational thing. It could be an India US thing.
Oh, okay. No,
Yeah, there are many that such strange terms. I think like when I was growing up, dating first of all wasn't a word. No one was dating. No one was dating.
It's everyone
Everyone
propose, right? Yeah,
Yes.
they say like, did you propose to her? I'm like, they proposed? And then I was like,
that was the word. The second anyone likes, someone has a crush on someone, they're like, hi, I love you.
I love you straight up.
Love you text or love you
It's a red
flower,
flag.
love you card. Yeah.
It's a red flag, straight up red flag.
There was no like trying to understand someone or having a crush was always love. And I think we've talked about this in previous episodes too. That I think the films or the movies glorified this a lot in my childhood.
I'm a hopeless romantic.
So for our American audiences, in the US, proposal means to get married. So you would propose to a girl or a boy if you want to marry them. But in India, proposal is to ask them to be your girlfriend or to say that I love you. So let's be steady or let's go steady, right?
Hey, let's be steady now.
Yeah. I kind of like that though because
You liked it? Yeah.
The word steady, think about it, it means stability.
Yeah.
And that's what the whole concept is, right? I like that. But actually dating is anything but stable.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's so much confusion around what you mean to someone, where is this going? There's no clarity around it.
No, for sure.
Yeah. But I think all of this was never a conversation for millennials, at least in the early phases of life when you get exposed to dating. Dating wasn't a thing. It was just about, oh, I like this person. We're going to be boyfriend, girlfriend, and obviously we're going to get married. I thought I was marrying every guy I was in a relationship with.
Oh, yeah.
In a relation with when I was younger.
Yeah.
Obviously not the case, but that's how we were conditioned to think. That's how the movies also conditioned you to think.
I think right now that's becoming very rare. Like people take it like, you know, you being in a relationship to explore the other person's like, compatibility is now taken as like the whole date to marry concept is gone. I actually would agree it should be date to marry. At least in my eyes, maybe. At least that's the person I would want to date. Because think about it, right now, the dating apps, it's like swipe left, swipe right. And after 2-3 months, it's not working out. It's fine. Like, it's probably not meant to be. I should not settle. And I also think Instagram is a huge culprit because the algorithm gives you some reels or some things saying that your partner should be not XYZ, A to Z times 10. And if they're not meeting that, then they're not a good partner. Yeah. Maybe that partner does not have any certain toxic traits, but not the best person at, expressing through words. That doesn't automatically mean they're not meant for you. And I genuinely think this generation, it's getting very hard. I see in my friend groups and things like that too, to find the person or having, one, the commitment, and two, the availability, the options or the idea of I could find someone better is a lot in this generation, I feel
That's a very good point, actually. The availability of dating apps and being able to pick from a large pool. No, although I don't know what the pool is like, but to pick from a wide variety of options kind of sometimes gives you paralysis where you can't decide.
Yep.
And then you keep going through it and at some point you have to figure it out.
Yes.
So yes, when I was growing up, it was easier in that sense where you organically meet people in person.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people who grew up with me have also found their partners on dating apps.
Yeah.
But the core concept of dating to marry does have value. Again, it depends on the person because a lot of people are there for time pass who just want to have fun because there are apps even for just having fun.
Yeah.
Some of the dating apps are for that, right? Just to have fun, which is okay. It depends if you're clear on what you want.
Clarity.
But for people who do want to find a partner who is serious about it, I feel like, yes, it can be quite confusing. And the intention to understand the other person and figure out whether you're a good fit to spend your life together, and the intention to find a partner, I think is where it all begins.
Yeah, no, I think it's more the clarity. With the whole instant gratification, I feel like, obviously, right, just going on a date maybe feels good because you're just literally doing a fun activity. But then the hard part comes, when you when the other person triggers you in some way. That's not a red flag or I gotta move on. That's a moment to pause and see how we can work together. I think that's more missing. But to your point, I guess that whole confusion stage is there. A lot of people are we'll see how things go. We'll go with the flow. You're going with the flow is not the same thing as you going without a direction. They're two different things.
I feel like dating as well, if you don't have the clarity on what your deal breakers are, what you want to carry with you in your life, can get confusing. And the more you meet, the more people you meet, the more confusing it gets. So have you been on any dating apps?
Dating apps, I have looked into them for sure. I still remember when my friends were getting on it and stuff, I was really against it. I was like, how can I put my profile out there and things like that?
Wasn't it just a GenZ kind
Pretty
of
much, right? Pretty much. And then I thought about it and then I was like, there's nothing really wrong. It depends on how you use it, right? Anything. And especially when you hear some horror stories about how some dating apps can go wrong. And apparently there's some fake profile made by of me.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this was not in college. This was in Dallas recently. But then I was like, wait, what? I was not on this app. I can assure you that gets a little scary. But when I go to a lot of weddings, 90% of the weddings are through dating apps. I mean, just look at it, right? So, and some they started quote unquote casual but led to something long term. Some they had the intention to get, married someone, to marry, and it worked out. So for me, I saw dating apps, arranged marriage, meeting someone at a cafe or at a temple or, maybe someone who comments on this show, the same.
Take notes. Take notes, guys.
Because why would I limit my chances to find my person?
Yeah.
Right? My friends are like, oh, I'm against arranged marriage. I have to find the person by myself. And I said, if you introduce me to someone, you know a little bit about me, I'll go. And it's with the trust that my parents would, just because I meet a guy, I'm not getting married to him tomorrow, right? Like they'll give me a chance to explore with him. Yes, of course, a little.
Well, now, I mean, maybe there are people who are coming from like a past perspective where there wasn't much of a choice.
Exactly.
Or there was a limited pool of people that would.
Exactly. Because I also heard cases where like a friend's friend actually, 10-year relationship that they got out of it like 2-3 months ago, and he's actually getting married next month.
Yeah.
And I was like, did this man have a chance to move on? I feel bad for the girl he's marrying.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I am just like, so that gets a little scary for me in the arranged marriage part. But then I think at least for the whole Indian Americans part, actually what I noticed is they are getting more arranged marriages than people in India. So I don't think it's even like a cultural thing or the place anymore.
That's interesting. Yeah,
Right?
there are a lot of Indian American friends I have who did go for arranged marriages.
Yeah. At a very young age too. Like they're like 23 or 24. Yeah.
Though most of the stories I've heard are of men getting arranged marriages because they were looking for women from India probably.
Interesting. I mean, yeah, because like, I mean, there were a lot
they
of
weren't
like
able to
networks over
find-
here. Actually, my friend was saying, she sent me something too. Like, there's actually this cruise, singles only cruise that's happening where people can just go and like meet people and who are focused on South Asians only. And then different meetups that are happening, especially I think New York is a very popular one, Houston, Dallas, LA, SF, and big cities, like mingling party. And then sometimes people even walk away with friends. And
Wait, have you been to one of those?
I haven't, but I have friends who have, and they shared experiences. And I think there's some, they have like age group one too, like 30 to 40 or 20 to 30, so very specific ones. But I did want to host one.
Why?
I don't know. I thought it was, I don't know, I could play Cupid maybe. I don't know. I find so much joy. My mom would probably be like, first you find yourself one. But I don't know. I think there's so much joy in like, oh, like just because of that. And then also like you just have the most, in my eyes, right? Like the eligible bachelors or like bachelorettes, especially, yes, dating apps could have that
It's also a
sense
very
of
old-fashioned way of
meeting someone. That's vibes, right?
Yeah.
It's the aura of a person which you can't see on a dating
Because
app.
kind of when you were talking earlier about the dating app and how you feel looking at the dating app, it kind of reminded me of how nowadays shopping isn't the same in person. Like you actually find all the good stuff online.
That is true. You can compare real quick, right?
You get reviews.
Yeah.
You can compare items.
And real photo you can see.
A person, I mean, this doesn't apply to dating app guys because people don't
Honestly, new dating app idea. Just, like start up something and where their past exes can leave reviews.
Yes, Hinge or someone like, I think you need to add this feature, but yeah, you know where to reach out to us. We have brilliant ideas like this. Yeah, let us know
in the comments what you think about it, right? So it saves the new person the trouble. Speaking of which, actually, I completely forgot, if it helps people, there is a very South Asian woman-only community, like brown girl community, especially with a lot of cheating has been happening, right? Like people who have like a married men are being on dating apps.
Really?
People in relationships are, and they hide their statuses. And after some people with some bad experiences, for them it's fun and games, right? After that, what? Ghost and block, right? So what people did is they put a screenshot of a person that they want to go on a date with, or if they said something fishy, and people would comment. And there are some comments. It's a very private group, like because what if like guys get in and then like impersonate and stuff like that. But then people mention about some physical abuse that happened. If anyone has such qualities, or if anyone has like been relationship, hey, this is actually my friend's boyfriend. And that's so like wow to me. And then one of my friend was actually mentioning how she's actually an acquaintance, but then she was mentioning how she thought it was a long distance. Like she was talking to this guy from New York and she's from SF, and then she was telling me like, everything's going well. This guy was showering her with compliments like, I've never met anyone like you and XYZ. And when they were trying to meet up, he canceled on her last minute, saying something family things going on. And I heard from a lot of brown people that brown guys use a lot of like family as an excuse to come out of a relationship or to cancel out on commitments. Apparently. So he holds your hand in public.
Bare minimum.
If he says like, I'm not comfortable with PDA.
Holding hands is not PDA.
I don't know.
Last week he suddenly vanished and ghosted me like I didn't exist.
Breakup texts are bare minimum.
They're men writing letters during wars, guys.
But I text her all day and send her memes, but she says this is low effort.
Good job, Akash.
If you see me sending you reels, I'm curating content for you.
My boyfriend, who is a millennial, is having a meltdown that I haven't posted a picture of us to my Instagram grid.
Usually meltdowns happen after a lot of waiting.
I mean, can he have a meltdown for such a small thing?
It's very different dating an influencer.
How Instagram Reels sometimes trigger certain things.
Tells you
the
that you
algorithm-
should be worried if
Yeah.
your girlfriend is not
Not
posting you on their grid.
Instagram. Yeah. Who
She's
made up
cheating
these
on
rules?
you.